Well, today we want to get some help from our guest in the living room who is keeping close tabs on customer service standards all across the world. Richard Coles has been holding challenging positions such as being in sales, being in customer relations. He's also been in training positions, and he has worked with many different companies, namely airlines, Qantas Airways, KLM, Emirates Airlines, and IATA in Geneva, Switzerland for some time as well. And right now he's also got his own consultancy. It's called Coles International Training and Development Consultancy. Today, my guest, Richard Coles, will be telling us more about how we can excel and improve in customer service. Richard, thanks for joining us in the living room. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, Stanley. It's great to be here.
Now, let's begin with that bit on whether customer service is a customer's right or is it a privilege, because going by the sheer number of complaints that we ourselves are making and what we're hearing and reading about customer complaints, it looks to be a privilege and one that's few and far between.
Well, for one thing, customer complaints are an opportunity, not a threat. We should welcome them. One of my jobs that you mentioned there was customer relations manager in Sydney before I moved to the Gulf, the Middle East, about 14 years ago. And I didn't actually want to do that job, but it was a job that I had to take up after having returned from Holland. And after I got into it, actually I quite enjoyed it because we were able to make some vital changes to our product and services through the comments and complaints of the customers. One of them in particular was stopping to allow smoking. Now today, we can't even imagine what it would be like to be on a plane with people smoking. But back then, in 1993, 94, it was still being done. So, yes, one of the things you said about customers, are they empowered? Yes, indeed, they are empowered because they can make the vital decision whether to do business with you or not. They have choices. As I walk through Singapore the last couple of days, and I look for electrical items or shoes or sporting goods. These are the things I've been told I have to bring back to Muscat. And I'm spoiled for choice here. There's plenty of choices. So what will be the differentiator for me as a customer? Well, the differentiator most likely will be the customer service that is delivered to me. Will they anticipate my needs? Will they go the extra mile? Will they ask me how many miles a week I run and therefore what kind of running shoe I'm looking for? Will they ask me how much I want to spend on the electrical item and whether I want other choices like color and brand and so forth? How deep will they go into my needs in order to meet my expectations? Customer complaints, as you said, Stanley, are increasing. They're increasing for lots of reasons. One of them, of course, is the customer service provider not caring. And that can be shown, as you rightly say, in poor communication skills. It has been proven over and over again that even basic communication skills are vital to a customer's interpretation or a customer's perception of that company. Even down to, as I say to a lot of the young people I work with, it's not rocket science. It's hello, thank you, and please come again, and a smile on your face. Now, there's a lot more there that will, a lot more associated with the communication that will make it really special. But those are the givens. Those are the basics, and they must be there. So, yes, communication is absolutely vital. Listening is absolutely vital. And watching body language. There are three ingredients of communication. There's the verbal, the words you say. There's the non-verbal, which is the body language, and even your dress can be part of that, and your cologne, or all those associated things. And then your third one is intonation. Now they say it's the tone that makes the music. The words you say are said with intonation. When you break up those three ingredients of communication, the percentages are 52% for body language, 38% for intonation, and only 12 for, I hope that's right, 100%. I think it's 12 for verbal, for words. Now, there's a saying, it's not what you say, but how you say it. And that equation I just gave you from communication experts does address that. So it's what you say, how you say it, and of course the body language that you show. Are you really interested in the customer? Or are you looking over the customer's shoulder for another customer who might look like they have more money to spend? An airline I worked for once said, let's see if I get this right, we have millions of customers, but we serve them one by one. In other words, the customer who's in front of you is the most important person of your day for that moment that they're with you. And it's a moment of truth. In fact, it's the name of my training course that I brought to Singapore, Moments of Truth. Singapore Does It Best is the subtitle. Moments of Truth, every company has a series of moments with the customer, interactions, which are indeed the moments of truth. They are the moments that customer will decide whether you're the person to do business with or not to do business with. Whether they made the right choice or they made the wrong choice. Whether you will succeed or fail as a customer service provider. In Moments of Truth, Carlson talks about the quality of contact between an individual customer and the employee that serves the customer directly. And there are so many of these contacts that occur every day, every month, every year between the staff and the customer. And cumulatively, for some companies, they're even in the thousands or millions. So it's very important that we regard these moments of truth with seriousness, because they are the moments that the customer will ultimately decide whether they come back or not.